going into this season compared to your last couple?
I would say I'm more of a mature pitcher for sure. As a young freshman, you kind of learn with the college level, and obviously with being here for, I guess this is my fourth year, but just maturing overall and knowing where to locate certain pitches and such.
Obviously, that opening weekend last year didn't go very well for y'all. Just what lessons can y'all take to that and apply to this weekend?
It's college baseball. It's never like the same quote unquote same team every year. You get a different team every year. So we're just going to take it one game at a time, and the cliche is one pitch at a time, and we'll see where we are by the end of this weekend. But it'll be a good test for sure.
Feel like it's a different vibe going into this weekend this year compared to last year?
Yeah, I mean you could say so, but it comes back to the thing of it's college baseball, new team every year, and these three quality opponents. We faced one of them, Oklahoma, I think 2 years ago, and Baylor as well 2 years ago. So they'll be. I think we beat them both, so I think they'll be ready to go, and it'll be a tough weekend.
What have you learned about this team so far in the preseason?
We're built closer together than most teams in the past year, so I think we're just going to ride that wave, as a little cliche there, but we're just going to ride it as far as possible and see where we are by the end of the weekend, and obviously mid-season if we need any adjustments to finish out the year, we'll fix them by then.
What do you feel like has contributed to you all being closer than maybe previous years?
Obviously the roster's about like half turnover, so half new guys, half old guys, but we've kind of gelled with the transfers with Sneed, Causey, Peebs, and Stom right off the top of my head. They've kind of just gelled pretty well, and the young guys, a lot of freshmen, and they've kind of just gelled as well.
Tennessee's boasted one of the better pitching staffs in the country the last few years. How's Frank Anderson continue to elevate this group?
Yeah, it feels good to say that as a midweek guy. 2 years ago I was behind, Drew Beam, Chase Burns, Chase Yolander, and Blade Tidwell, and I was lucky enough just to be, on the Tuesday slot. But Frank's been a big help. He involved my cutter a lot, and now I'm a true four-pitch mix guy. So Frank's just there. His cliche is be your own coach, and you'll know what to do.
Now having those four pitches, how do you see your role maybe developing within the group this season?
Who knows what my role will be, but as for the last 3 years, I've taken any role and kind of just ran with it.
Has the cutter been the biggest change, I guess, for you in terms of your arsenal? I know you talk about being more mature as a pitcher, but in terms of what you're throwing, what's different about you?
Yeah, I would say adding the cutter has made me now have a true four-pitch mix and knowing when to throw it into certain counts, knowing to throw it to a lefty or a righty, and making it work off my either fastball, changeup, or curveball. It just, like I said, just true four-pitch mix.
How's it working with Peoples behind the plate? How has he kind of come along this offseason on the dish?
You can tell that he's been there before in big games and big spots, and even though he's only a sophomore, I think he's pretty mature for his grade level. Obviously coming from NC State, which is a different program, ACC, but it's still one of the Power 5 schools. And with him behind the plate, you feel a little sense of comfortness, I guess. I stumbled on that word, but yeah, overall, he's pretty comfortable to throw to.
Year 1 you compared to where you are now, what are you most proud of in terms of the player that you became?
Geez, that's a hard question. I guess just maturing overall in the game and knowing that I can pass this down to like my kids one day if that comes to it, if I don't go very far in pro ball, or if I'm sitting in a cubicle probably maybe at State Farm or something. But just growing the game as much as I can to other people.
How are you seeing KT grow as a player, and do you feel like he's one of those guys that's poised for a bigger role this year?
I believe so. Obviously, I'm not the coach, so I can't make that call. But him as a freshman, you could tell like there was room to grow, and now him being, I think, a redshirt sophomore, he swings the bat pretty well, and sometimes he gets me, sometimes I get him when we do our inter squads. But overall, I think he's a pretty, I would call him the X factor on our team if I had to pick a role for him.
Confidence level with the pitching staff?
Oh, we're pretty confident. We're a pretty confident group, pretty swaggy group in my opinion. But like I said, baseball's game to game. You don't know what you're going to get. You may feel good one day and then you give up 5. You may feel bad and then you throw 5 shutties. So baseball's just weird. But overall, pretty swaggy, confident group.
Who has the most swag?
I would say me,
Oh,
just because that's just me.
yeah.
But overall, yeah,
Group
me.
Agree?
You say what?
Would the group agree?
The group would agree
Oh, okay.
overall.
What's impressed you about Matthew Dallas and Dylan Loy so far this spring?
They're left-handed. So, I mean, they have great presence up there. I mean, Matthew Dallas has pitched in many big games for how young he is. And Dylan Loy, a kid from Pigeon Forge, obviously as an older guy, you know, you look at young freshmen coming in and the numbers that he put up in high school were pretty impressive. So, you know, I feel confident with them too in any role that they're given this year too.
As somebody who's been through it, what's your message to those freshmen if they do end up getting a lot of innings this year?
To myself, this is what I said to myself, and I can relay it to the guys. I just told them to ride out their freshman year because you don't want to, you know, step on anyone's toes or, you know, get in the way of anybody. But like I said, just ride out freshman year, and whatever role you get, just do the best you can with it.
Anything else for Zander?